Good morning, students. I once again welcome all of you to 10th Standard English class. We will continue with the lesson. Now we'll see the 6th paragraph. Surely he could reach them without flying if he could only move northwards along the cliff face. But then on, what could he walk? There was no ledge and he was not a fly. And above him he could see nothing. The precipice was sheer, and the top of it was perhaps farther away than the sea beneath him. Meaning for the hard words, precipice. A very steep side of a cliff or a mountain. Explanation for this paragraph. Surely, without flying, this bird could not reach his parents. One way he could move northwards along the cliff face. But how could he walk? There is no way to walk. There is no ledge to walk also. And the bird is telling it is not a fly. The bird is standing on a steep side of a cliff. And the sea beneath is very far, so he could not go to his parents. Now we'll see the 7th paragraph. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wings. He closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Still, they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau dozing, with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. Meaning for the hard words, preening, cleaning feathers with the beak. And the second word, dozing, is sleeping. Explanation for this paragraph. The bird now walking slowly on the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wings. He closed his one eye and acting as if to be falling asleep, thinking his parents would do something to help him. But they did not take any notice of him. He saw his two brothers and sisters after eating lying on the plateau sleeping, with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was cleaning his feather with his beak, and his mother bird was only looking at this young seagull. Now we move on to the 8th paragraph. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay on her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the foot maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to eat it. He uttered a low cackle. His mother cackled too and looked at him. Meaning for the hard words, hump. A large round hump, for example, on the back of an animal. Whet to sharpen. Now we'll see the explanation for this paragraph. The mother bird was standing on a high hump on the plateau with the neck straight and white breast thrusting forward. The mother bird tore a piece of fish and ate some piece by scraping on each side on her beak. Seeing the food, the seagull got mad. The bird is thinking he loves to eat the food by scraping by his beak, how his mother does. He is jealous of them and making a low cackle sound. His mother also cackled and looked at him. Now we move on to the 9th paragraph. Ga, 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 he cried, begging her to bring him over some food. Gol ol ha, she screamed back mockingly. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, abreast of the ledge, she halted, her legs hanging limp, her wings motionless. The piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. Meaning, plaintively, sadly, calling in a sad way. Halted, stopped. Explanation for this paragraph. The seagull is begging her to bring him some food. His mother also, in return, mockingly made the sound gol ol ha. It is begging very sadly, and after a minute it is making a joyful sound because it saw his mother picked up a piece of fish and started flying towards him. The bird also, very happy, tapping the rock with his feet, waiting for the food. Her legs hanging limp, wings also motionless, his mother brought a piece of fish and reached nearer to his beak. Now we'll see the 10th paragraph. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. His mother had swooped upwards. As he passed beneath her, he heard the swish of her wings. Meaning for hard words, swoop, to move very quickly and easily through the air. Explanation for this paragraph. The young seagull was in surprise, wondering why the mother bird did not come nearer, and he got maddened by hunger. He dived at the fish. With a loud scream, the young seagull fell downwards into space. But his mother moved upward, and the young bird heard the sound of her wings. Now we'll see the 11th paragraph. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a moment. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Explanation for this paragraph. The young seagull got a monstrous terror and his heart stopped. He could not hear anything. But it lasted only for a moment. The next moment, he felt that his wings started spreading. He felt that the wind is spreading inside his breast feathers and also inside his stomach. He could also feel his wings cutting through the air. He did not fall down. Instead, he was rising higher and higher. Now he was not afraid. Then he flapped his wings and started flying high. Now we'll see the 12th paragraph. He uttered a joyous scream and flapped them again. He soared higher. He raised his breast and banged against the wind. Ga 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 ga. Gaulol ha. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. Then he saw his two brothers and sisters flying around him, soaring and diving. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly and commenced to dive and soar, shrinking shrilly. Now we'll see the explanation. He uttered a joyous sound and flapped the wings again. He flew higher. He raised his breast and flew against the wind. He made ga 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 sound and flew. His mother, replying, Gaulol ha, flew with him, her wings also making a loud noise. The young bird also answering his mother by screaming. Then the father also started flying, making a screaming sound. Then his two brothers and sister are also flying around him, soaring and diving. Now he totally forgot all about that. He could not fly and he started flying, diving, soaring, and also he is enjoying. Students, now we'll see the last paragraph. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with the little ridges moving over it. He turned his beak sideways and crowded amusedly. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green floor in front of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise, exhausted by the strange exercise. His feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no further. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. Meaning for the hard words, beckoning, making a gesture with the hand or head to encourage someone to approach or follow. Explanation for this paragraph. Once he overcame his fear, he forgot that he was once afraid of it. He did all that things he once feared. He flew straight over the sea and could see the greenery and the mountains beneath him. He screamed out of joy as he enjoyed the victory. When he landed, his family landed along with him as a gesture that they were proud. They were screaming and shouting in excitement in their high-pitched voice. He then went into the sea, where at first he got scared and thus panicked. He tried escaping but got tired and weak because of hunger. Thus, when he calmed down, he started floating in the sea he was once afraid of. His family was celebrating in excitement and offered him food as praise. Finally, he had overcome his fear and had made his first flight. Students, we have come to the end of the lesson. Hope you have understood it well. Thank you, students.